Welcome to this very special edition of the SuccessFactors show. We get a lot of questions related to SuccessFactors Learning, which is the SAP Cloud LMS. Today, we are interviewing the Global Vice President of SuccessFactors from the US, only here on the SuccessFactors show. Allos is sponsoring HR 2015, which is the SAP Insider event in Las Vegas. It is also known as the most important HR event to all SAP users. Simone is already in the US at the Allos America offices in Miami, ready to interview Nate Hurto. We have a lot of questions for you, Nate. Over to you, Simone.
Thank you very much. We are here today in Miami, in Allos America, and I have here my good friend Nate Hurto. Hi, how are you?
Good, Simone. It's good to be here.
Fantastic. Nate is the Vice President for Global for Learning Sales, and he's actually got a very long history professionally in learning because he comes from before SAP SuccessFactors, so he's native SuccessFactors, and before that Plateau, isn't it?
It is, and that's where we met. What?
Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah. 10 years ago. And the first question that I have for you really is, where is Plateau today? This is something that I get asked when I speak to clients. Where is Plateau today?
Well, it's alive and well in the heart of the SuccessFactors LMS. And all of the pedigree, all the history, everything that we were known for being a leader for such a long time came right into the SuccessFactors suite and married the #1 learning management system, the #1 talent management system. And then as we were acquired and brought into the SAP family, now we're acquired by the #1 applications provider in the world. So it's been a very interesting ride, but the heart of what people loved, what the analysts really recognized as a leader is still alive and well, and it's even better with all of the fuel that's been poured on from the investments in SuccessFactors, the enriched talent, as well as the backing of SAP and the rich learning history that SAP has.
And it's been fantastic for us as partners because we started with Plateau as well, and then Plateau was the #1 LMS in all the in all the charts and all the analysts, and then we went in SuccessFactors and we were still #1, and we're still #1 as partners with you. So it's been a good journey together. Nate, another question that I get a lot. So I speak with clients. I just some of the questions that I typically get asked, I want to, being you the expert on learning, ask them to you. So the natural evolution of on-premise now going into the cloud, we have another SuccessFactors episode where we spoke about that. In terms of learning specifically, for me, the natural evolution going from on-premise, LSO, or whatever other software people have, going into the cloud becomes SuccessFactors Learning. How easy it is, in your experience, doing this transaction from having an on-premise solution learning going into SuccessFactors Learning in the cloud?
It varies by organization. Obviously there are some organizations that are very heavily customized, that are very wedded to their internal systems, and sometimes staying with LSO is the right option for them. What we see a lot of organizations doing is taking advantage of the business process re-architecting, taking advantage of the speed of innovation of the cloud, taking advantage of the integration to the other HR systems. So it's not just about how easy is the technical migration. That, of course, is something that's very easy. Yeah. I know that y'all have done that. That's something that we've done many times. We've had a lot of customers very successfully migrate. The real question is, what are you going to do to change your learning strategy? How does moving to the cloud allow you new opportunities to innovate? Whether it's deployment through mobility, whether it is integration to your succession planning, your development planning, whether it's expansion out to selling to your end customers. And so where we see people really putting a lot of thought and spending a lot of time is not only just moving the system. The systems and the technologies are usually the easy part. It's how do they find somebody, such as Allos, that can help them re-architect their learning and really bring their learning from where it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, to something that will be cutting edge, emotionally engaging, and relevant today.
Thank you. And I've seen in these implementations that when you move into the cloud, specifically with SuccessFactors, you not only have different and you have a very rich user interface and user experience, but you most probably have new functionality that you want your user to start using, and there's a little bit of a change on mindset in positive, but still is a change, and the human mind is a little bit typically struggles to do this kind of change. So have you seen in the clients that you've dealt with as well that a proper change management and communication invested at the beginning gives a certain kind of benefit when then finally the new LMS is rolled out?
Absolutely, and a lot of our customers, as they look at this evolution into the cloud, they're looking at taking advantage of new types of training they were never able to take advantage of before. Whether that's rolling out training on an iPhone or an iPad, whether that is using peer-to-peer learning, whether that is social learning, whether that is taking recommendations that are generated by the system. All of those are new ways that learning can engage the user. So obviously you need to look at how that reconciles to your existing learning initiatives, figure out what things you just have to do. We all have to take some training, absolutely, right? But then how do you modernize and transform the elements that are underperforming in your learning strategy, take advantage of new ways to engage the employees? And I think that's where the real change management comes in, is modernizing and engaging the employees rather than having, close to your heart, content, right? Yeah. The old page turner content versus things that are dynamic and immersive.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. While I have you here, what can you tell to everybody that is new in the learning space, specifically on SuccessFactors learning? I know that you're always, your team is always working on new stuff.
You always have to put me on the spot, right? Yeah. Well, we're working on a lot of things that we can't quite announce yet, but one of the things that we're very excited about, and we're seeing a lot of our customers really start thinking about, is rethinking their content strategy. So, that, of course, that's a whole world that y'all are well versed in and experts in. But looking at how do they take advantage of what is out within the open content network. So that's content that's available through partners on the internet, so that they can take advantage of lower cost, higher quality, more relevant general training, and then be able to redirect the dollars that they were spending on stale catalogs of training and invest it in new learning strategies. So the change management, which you spoke about, taking high profile, high benefit training programs and investing those dollars in something that is customer bespoke content, through either internal development or through a content development house.
So we will soon see on the open network Allos content distributed worldwide, right?
I hope so.
It must be. It must be. And talking about innovation, because this is a good thing of working with SAP and SuccessFactors, is the ecosystem that is around just the basic software. I want to spend a couple of words on HANA, because HANA also opens new possibilities, because if you think about the old way of doing software with on-premise, you had one release every 12 months or 24 months. Now the release is every 3 months, so you have much fresher software, is always tailored to what the customer wants. But still, you have the resistance or the limitation of doing something that must be good for everybody or for certain industries. Now that we can build add-ons to SuccessFactors on top of HANA, and you can see one at the back here that Allos built, is called the Learning Planner. This is an advertisement, so we need to put the thing here. I'll put the link down here on the video. But this kind of thing is very good for the final client, actually, because finally they can have a tailor-made solution that they basically close gaps in the functionality that they couldn't be fulfilled before, and now you open the doors to so many developers that they can help enhance the already rich functionality of SuccessFactors.
Well, I think it not only is a benefit to the customers, it's a benefit to us as a vendor. We have limitations that we need to develop for a broad audience. And sometimes what the customer really wants or needs is something very specific to a business process. And a lot of times that business process is anchored in many other systems or the way they do business or where they do business. One of the benefits of HANA is it really bridges that gap that the cloud didn't have prior. One of the benefits of having the code in your data center is that you can customize it, and that's great. But then you don't get any of the benefits of the cloud. Yeah. Having HANA Cloud Platform available for the LMS to build these bolt-on modules or these extensions allows for when an organization actually has that need and they need to take a process that's general and really narrow it down so it incorporates their own business process, it speeds up steps, it broadens things. It gives them the ability to take advantage of that without taking them away from the advantages of the cloud. So for me, it's one of the most exciting things that we've got available in the LMS right now, and I'm excited to see what else you create now that Training Planner's done.
Yeah, we have a couple of others that is in the pipeline that we'll announce. Because next week, now it's the end of February, beginning of March, we're going to be in Las Vegas. We are sponsoring HR 2015 with SAP Insider, and we're going to launch 2 new products actually as Allos, based on ANA for SuccessFactors. So we are very excited about that. But Nate, it's been great to having you here. It's good for you to be in Miami because I believe it's snowing where you are from in Virginia.
The plane was delayed because there's a couple inches of snow on the ground. So I'm glad that we decided that we were going to meet here and not in DC.
Yeah, so for everybody asking why we chose Florida for the headquarters of Allos in America, I think this answered the question.
I think it was an excellent choice.
So thank you very much for being here, and I'll see you very soon, hopefully in South Africa.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Simone. Wow, it's always inspiring to get the fresh news right from the source. Thank you, Nate. And when are you coming to visit us in South Africa again? We haven't seen you in ages. And there you have it. Another exclusive interview brought to you by the SuccessFactors show. See you soon.